welcome back to my channel. This week I'm going to show you my favorite bagel place in all of Manhattan. Today we're going uptown to Harlem at 116th Street for Bose Bagels. Before I get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up so that way we can keep on growing. Let's eat! Okay, one of the best things about Bose is they have this giant bagel in the front, which I think I saw on their Instagram that the owner actually paper mached, which is super cool. If I can find the photo I'm thinking of, I'll put it here. If not, just admire the bagel. Let's go. So one of the cool things they do here is they have rotating art. That's the art that's there right now. And they started selling more like merch and coffee. And then they even have like their own everything but the bagel and also a za'atar blend and more breads and stuff, which is pretty cool. Okay, is this not the coolest art for a bagel shop? It is Bose Station because it's like a subway style like artwork. I always thought this was super fun. So they have a ton of cream cheese options here, as you can see. And they also even have tofu cream cheese and tofu scallion and like other flavors as well, which is pretty cool. But one of my favorites for a funky cream cheese is the berry almond, as well as the maple walnut. Both are very good. So these are all of the bagels they have. They've got loads of different kinds. Some of my favorite are the blueberry, and there is a za'atar bagel as well, which I know I'm gonna get. Okay, despite what most New Yorkers think, Bose Bagels actually recommends you don't toast your bagels. I think is awesome because it means they're super fresh. Because you can see that they are made all here. And we're gonna go outside and wait for our order. Right here. Thanks. Have a good one. Okay, got the goods. I got it, I can hold it. Let's go. Okay, we got our bagels. So we are in Central Park right now. Another great thing about coming uptown is there's actually this manicured garden. If I get any footage, I'll insert some here. So this is one section of those gardens that I was just referencing. So you can see it's just a manicured garden. So if you do want to come here, it's at 105th Street all the way up at the top of Central Park. And it's really cool because you can walk around and go explore, and there's more to see. Back to the bagels. It's like a garden that it's only open certain times of day, it's gated, and it's really cool to walk around if you haven't been to the top of Central Park and you decide to come get bagels. It's about a 10-minute walk from Bose. And now we're gonna try the bagels. So full disclosure, I used to live up here and I've been to this bagel shop 100 times. So I got 3 bagels that were like my go-to variations. And Maria has never had these bagels. So we're gonna have a first reaction and then I'll talk about the bagels I like and why and what's great about them. And let's eat. We're gonna start with the egg and cheese because it is still warm. This is what it looks like. So we got egg and cheddar on a sesame bagel. So you can see, he's kind of fallen off, but they have sesame seeds, but it is white and black sesame seeds, which I think is very fun, and it makes it, I don't know, just a better experience. I'm not sure, I don't think they have different tastes, the different sesame seeds. I think they taste the same, but I like it. I feel like it's, I don't know, it's more aesthetic. Mm-hmm. But cheers to the first bite for you. Woo! Mm. Mm-hmm.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
I know. It never gets old. Mm. So we also got butter on the bagel, which I think, actually, if you remember Brian's from some of my videos, my boyfriend, I'll insert some footage here if you remember him from some of my old videos. He is the one who got me into adding butter to like an egg and cheese. I used to just get it plain, but I never make dry sandwiches, and in a sense, this is a sandwich. And I feel like the butter adds so much. But the thing that's really cool about Bose Bagels is, I think you might have already saw the clip, but they don't tell you to toast them because they make everything fresh every day. Like one of the bagels I wanted to get today, they're actually out, so we subbed. And that was because they made all of the bagels and they sold out. And that's it, you know? They're not saving them after day. And I think a lot of bagel shops do make their bagels fresh, but you see it. Like, there's literally right behind the counter, they're making them fresh. And no matter what time of day you go to get a bagel, they're still going to be soft and pillowy. And it's so good. Delicious. A thing with Bose bagels that is a little different than like other popular bagel places in New York, or when people think of New York bagels, is a lot of times a New York bagel is like a whole loaf of bread. It's huge, it's really cheap, and it's like so filling because it's all this bread. But in my opinion, I think that it's too much bread, and then when you put something on it, it's just like too much in general, and I don't necessarily like it as much. So my preference ends up being for Bose, because you can see that they're just like normal sized bagels. They're much smaller, but they still have that like, you know, nicer, harder outside, very perfect bread. You can see that there's like still like a crust, and it didn't get toasted at all. Is this what you thought it would be like?
No, better.
Better?
I took it apart because I wanted to taste the bread itself.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
the bagel itself.
Okay, so what do you think
really
about
good.
just the bread?
So good.
Yeah? Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, I could just eat this plain with nothing.
Right.
And it's still has so much flavor.
And I think the sesame seeds have a lot of texture in it.
Yes. Yeah,
which
that's
adds
true.
to the crunch.
Mm-hmm.
And the flavor of sesame really blends well with the cheese in it.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
so perfect.
Yeah, because in New York, you know, the popular bagel is the everything. And they have the everything. But I always thought that their sesame was so cool because of the different sesame seeds. But they also put a ton of sesame on it. My big bagel pet peeve is when you get like a sesame bagel, and it's basically a plain bagel with untoasted sesame seeds. Mm-hmm. Because you can tell that these are toasted. And obviously it's not as evident with the black ones, but the other ones have color on them. So like these sesame seeds now have a roasted flavor, which I think just totally adds to like the overall eating experience.
Absolutely. And a pillowy inside. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's Harlem's best kept secret. I could just sit here in bliss for all of my days. Also, I'm so sorry if you hear any like, I'm in a park. They're mowing. So the next one, so this bagel, I normally would get their blueberry bagel, but they were sold out of them for the day because obviously it's a good bagel. So we got a different bagel to kind of have just with cream cheese, which was their Pumpernickel. And it has, their Pumpernickel has cranberries in it, so it's kind of fun and different. I don't feel like you normally see cranberries in Pumpernickel. And we got it with maple walnut cream cheese. So this is what the inside looks like. And another thing to note is in New York, a lot of times they give you like enough cream cheese for like 3 bagels. And don't get me wrong, that's what people are used to, and there's a lot of people that like that. But I think I'm like all about the full package. So like a normal amount of cream cheese that just like complements the flavor of the bagel is my way to go.
Like a healthy ratio.
Yeah, a healthy ratio.
Instead of overdoing
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so let's try this one. So this is, again, untoasted, non-rubber toasted, but you can see there is still like a crust on this, and it's not toasted. And also, I was just going to say, cream cheese is cold, so I think toasting a bagel with cream cheese, sometimes it makes cream cheese melt, and I don't like melty cream cheese. Unless it's in like a jalapeno popper, which I haven't had since like 2005.
I have to say, the initial reaction is the smell of this bagel is amazing. Like, it's almost chocolatey.
Yes, it is almost chocolatey.
Strange.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Can't wait. Okay, cheers. Oh, wow. Wait. It does taste chocolatey.
Yeah, it does in a way.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think that's just like maybe like the deep pumpernickel taste that you're getting.
So this is, it's not a dessert bagel, but that's kind of the place I was thinking about in comparison to our former bagel with egg and cheese. This is fantastic. I love this.
This is actually so funny to watch you react because I've loved them for like, I don't know, however long I've lived in this city, like, 3 years or so. And every time I take someone there, I'm like waiting for that moment, like, this is the best bagel you'll have. And it's so fun watching someone have a reaction.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, so like if you like pumpernickel bagels, because they have cranberries in them, I think that like adding the maple walnut kind of like leans into like the sweeter aspect of it. And because maple walnut cream cheese that they have there it's sweet. It's a sweet cream cheese, which again is why I appreciate it not having so much cream cheese on it. That is one thing that they have where sometimes it can be hard to bite if it's not like, excuse me, if it's not like a warm sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't mind it because it's still like it's got that good bite to it.
It really does.
Mm-hmm.
They make you work for the bite, right?
That's so true.
At least for this one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... So, I normally get this cream cheese with the blueberry bagel if I'm feeling like something sweeter. And I do recommend that if you like have had blueberry bagels or you wanted to try something like that and you go there, definitely try that combo. But I also think like their bagels are so good that like any of them with just butter or just any plain cream cheese, if you're like definitely not adventurous, is still good. Mm-hmm. Like all of them are just so, you know, like bouncy. They have a nice crust on the outside. There's nothing wrong with getting your bagel toasted if that is your preference, but I think there's something cool that like, or very cool that you don't have to. Like it just, it's so good and satisfying that it doesn't need to be toasted.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, actually the reason why I just separated my bagel, you might be wondering why, is because I felt for this one, the ratio between the cream cheese and the bagel was definitely a little bit less. So I wanted to balance it out a bit by separating the bagel.
Yeah.
And it really evened out the ratio.
Yeah.
I'll say.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Because I think that like since this is a sweet cream cheese, a lot of people would probably like turn away from it and be like, do I really want something that sweet? But because they're not giving you like a giant hunk, it is like perfect. Okay, so the last bagel that we got to share is called the Uptown Vegan, but I make some modifications to it. Not many, just one. So if you watch some of my old videos, I'm not vegan, I'm not vegetarian. I like vegan food, I like vegetarian food, but that is not my that's not my diet. So this bagel normally has hummus on it, but I swapped it for scallion cream cheese. But they do have a tofu scallion. So if you are vegan and you're watching this video, I would get this bagel with the tofu scallion cream cheese. And I will not tell you what's in it and just show you because it's awesome. Okay, so as you can see, so many layers. Cucumbers and sprouts and tomatoes and cream cheese. And what color bagel is that? Well, it's one of their famous za'atar bagels. So if you've had a za'atar spice, I believe it's Middle Eastern. I can double check to make sure. But yes, it's a spice blend. It's got, you know, sumac and, you know what? Pause. I will read what's in a za'atar spice blend before I'm wrong.
Also, it did say Lebanese, so you kind of...
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, because we went to a Lebanese restaurant last night called za'atar, but I know that Lebanese is like or Lebanon is in the Middle East, so I didn't know if it was a Middle Eastern blend or if it was actually a Lebanese blend.
Gotcha.
Okay, so it's generally a combination of oregano, thyme, marjoram, and sumac, and then sesame seeds. So it's just, you know, a very flavorful, nutty... Oh, sorry. Gotta put my phone back in my pouch. Flavorful and nutty bagel. And I think it goes perfect with this, you know, like more... Whew, we almost had a catastrophe. I think it goes perfect with like this more like sandwich style. But I've also had this za'atar bagel with an egg and cheese, and that's great as well. And as I said, all of the bagels are great just toasted, if that's what you're looking for. So because the bagels are smaller, this one is like had more of a plump top, so it might be a little harder to eat, but it's still lovely. And again, you can see like you get like a legit crust on it, but it's like nice and like, look at that crumb, look at those little holes, so great. Okay.
It smells really good.
Oop. Oh no, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, as always, cheers. Definitely messier to eat.
So good. The cream cheese really comes out.
Yes, I think that honestly, I get that like hummus and like being vegan go kind of together. I don't know. I feel like a lot of vegans like hummus, which is just like a presumption, but I know why they chose hummus for the bagel. But personally, I think that they should switch the recipe to just have cream cheese because I feel like the cream cheese goes so well. I feel like that modification is just like, it's so perfect.
It really does. And okay, so this green onion cream cheese
or scallion. It's a
sorry.
Well,
scallion.
I guess scallion is a green onion, but it's a common cream cheese. It's like scallion cream cheese.
Got it. Okay, so the scallion cream cheese. If you just picture it in your mind, not thinking about Bose specifically, you would think it's just the essence of scallion, not really like a chock full of the actual vegetable. That's wrong here. This is chock full of actual scallions. I felt it in the first crunch, and it really just like punched you in the face or the mouth with flavor in a good way. It was so delicious.
Yeah, it's just so many flavors. I mean, you can see what she's saying. So like around this area, you can kind of see the actual big pieces of scallion in it. Like I'm pretty sure what they do is like freshly cut up the scallion and then mix it into the regular cream cheese, which is the way to do it. Because I feel like it's so much fresher. Yeah, right there. Because in a way, to me, the cream cheese just acts like if you were having a slice of cheese on like a vegetable sandwich. And I feel like it just gives you, I don't know, because it's a bagel, it just works so well because you're so used to having bagels and cream cheese. But yeah, you should definitely try a bite of the za'atar bagel, like just the bagel.
Yeah.
Which I'll try and rip off if I can. I'll just rip off the inside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get that.
Right into an herb.
Yeah, you get that like herb flavor so well. Okay. So yeah, those are my 3 go-to bagel options at Bose Bagels. There are tons of options there that are besides what I got. They also now sell like focaccia and other loaves of bread and muffins, and I think they have a bagel dog and a bialy. But I would say that if you are more of a plain bagel person, their plain bagel still incredible, but you should try their mini bagels because they have like smaller size bagels, and you can get a flight of mini bagels. So if you want to try a bunch of different cream cheese, you could get 3 different cream cheese. I feel like it's so fun if you're looking to try something new, but in more of just a plain bagel category. They also have homemade lemonade. You got an Arnold Palmer, so she got just their fresh lemonade mixed with some iced tea. They have fresh coffee as well. As you could tell, I really like Bose Bagels, and it is definitely worth checking out if you come to Manhattan, because I feel like it's just a quick train ride uptown, right above Central Park, so you can go walk into Central Park with your bagels, and yeah. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that way I can keep on growing. And let me know in the comments below if you've been to Bose Bagels, if you like bagels, anything about bagels, because as you can tell, I'm a big bagel person and I want to hear from you. So be sure to catch me next time. Bye! I love bagels.